Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're going to do something really cool. We're going to take an idea, that little thought bubble floating in your head, and turn it into a real, actual digital project. Let's dive right in.
You know how it is. It all starts with this, right? That spark, that one amazing idea that you just can't shake. But then comes the big question. Okay, so what do I do now? How do you take that idea and actually make it real?
Well, that's exactly what we're here for. We're not just going to talk about some abstract skills. Nope. We are going to build a project from the ground up, right here, right now, using 4 absolutely essential tools that every single digital creator needs to have.
And here's our game plan, our blueprint. First, we'll craft a visual identity, give it a look. Then we're going to build it an online home. After that, we'll add the logic and power to make it work. And finally, we'll figure out how to tell its story to the world.
Okay, step 1. We have to give our idea a face. Because before your project can do anything, it needs to look like something. It needs an identity people can actually see and connect with.
And that brings us into the world of graphic design. And listen, this is so much more than just making things look pretty. It's the art of visual communication. It's about using colors and fonts and images in a really strategic way to send a message, to create a feeling instantly, a lot of times before anyone even reads a single word.
So let's put this into practice and design a logo for our project. We'd start with just a rough sketch, right? Just to get the basic concept down. Then we pick our colors and fonts to match the project's personality. Is it fun? Is it serious? From there, we tweak the layout to make sure it's balanced and clear. And finally, boom, we've finalized the design. Just like that, in 4 simple steps, our idea has its own unique signature.
Awesome. So our project officially has a look. But a great look needs a place to live, right? It needs a home on the internet where people can find it and check it out and, interact with it.
And that, my friends, is web development. Seriously, think of it like digital construction. You're literally building and maintaining your project's home, its website, using the special languages of the internet.
So how is this digital house actually built? Well, let's break it down. It really is like a house. First, you have HTML, which creates the structure, the walls, the rooms, the basic layout. Then comes CSS. CSS is like your interior designer. It adds all the style, the paint colors, the furniture, the whole vibe. But to make things actually work, to turn on the lights or open the doors, you need a third thing, JavaScript. That's the electricity and the plumbing that makes a house a fully functional home. And in today's world, that online home has to be ready for visitors no matter how they show up. That's where responsive design is key. It's all about making sure your website looks and works perfectly on any device, whether it's a giant desktop monitor or a tiny smartphone screen. And really, it's not just a nice-to-have feature anymore, it's absolutely required for a good user experience.
So, we have a look and we have a home. But right now, it's basically just a pretty empty building. To make it truly useful, we need to add the brains. We have to give it the power to actually do stuff.
This is where we get into coding. And hey, don't let that word scare you. At its heart, coding is just writing really clear instructions that tell a computer what to do. That's it. You're the director, and the code is your crew, following every single command you give it. And honestly, all code, no matter how complicated it seems, follows this simple flow. It starts with an input. Say, a user clicks a submit button. That click triggers a process where your code does something, like check if all the form fields are filled out. And that results in an output, like a thank you message popping up. Input, process, output. That's the engine behind everything interactive. Which really brings us to this one key idea. You don't always see the code, but it's that powerful, invisible engine running under the hood of your website. It's what makes everything actually work, from a simple button to a whole online store. All right, we have done the heavy lifting. Our project has an identity, it has a home, and it has a brain. It's fully functional. So now for the final and maybe most important step, we need to tell the world about it in a way that really gets their attention. And for that, welcome to the art of video editing. This is storytelling for the modern age. It's the craft of taking all your raw video clips and totally transforming them, cutting them up, putting them together, adding effects, to create a polished story that really connects with people. And the impact is just, wow, look at this. On the left, you've got the raw footage. I mean, it tells you what's there, but it's kind of flat, right? But on the right, after a good edit, that image has emotion. The colors pop, the lighting draws you in, a simple scene suddenly feels huge and cinematic. That is the power of editing. When you're editing, you basically become a director. You're putting clips together on a timeline, building a story piece by piece. You're layering in music and sound to create a whole mood, you're making tiny cuts to control the pace and the rhythm, and then you add the final touches, color and effects, to give the whole thing a unique, signature feel.
And that's it. Let's just step back for a second and look at what we've done. We started with just an idea, and together we built its look, we built its home, we gave it a brain, and now we've given it a voice.
You see, these 4 skills, graphic design for the look, web development for the place, coding for the brains, and video editing for the voice, they're not just separate things. They all work together. They are the essential, must-have tools in every modern digital creator's toolkit.
So now, the biggest question isn't about how to do it anymore. The question is, what are you going to do? You have the blueprint. You've got the tools. Your toolkit is officially ready to go. So, what will you create first?